Okay, as promised, I was going to do one more break-even pricing calculation on video for you guys. I've got the sheet pulled up there on my computer. I'm just going to do the Angus because they're at the top. And so I'm going to write down all their pertinent information. So the Angus cattle, they start at... They start at 650 pounds. We're going to feed them out to 1150, which is probably a little bit light for Angus today, but that's the reality we live in. Their starting price is $1.47. We're just going to say $1.48. We're gonna round that up. Their average daily gain is 326. Their feed to gain is 7.5. All right, and then we go over to the next slide. Whoop. So the pencil shrink is 3%, death loss is 1%, interest is 8%, feed cost is $11 a hundred, and yardage is 20 cents a day. Transportation $10, processing $11. Okay, so I start up here at my first thing I'm going to calculate is purchase cost. Okay, I'm going to do that with my 650 pound calf that I'm going to buy, but I'm only going to pay for 97% of him. I'm going to shrink him by 3% with my pen, with my pencil. So I'm only going to, so I first have to calculate a pay weight. Okay, so my pay weight's going to be 650 times 0.97 because I'm only paying for 97% of my calf. Let's go over to my calculator. So 650 times 0.97 gives me a pay weight of 630.5. Take that 630.5 and I multiply that times my purchase price of $1.48. Remember, that's $148 per 100 pounds, or $1.38. $48, I don't know. So his purchase cost is $933.14. Okay, that's going to go into my final cost, so I underline it. Next, I have to calculate death loss. So I just calculate it on a percentage of my purchase price. So I say $933.14 times 0.01 because it's 1%. So it's $9.33 is my cost for my death loss. Okay, next I have to calculate interest on purchase. Okay, so I'll take my purchase price, $933.14, and I'll multiply that times my interest rate, which is 8%. Okay, but that's for the whole year, and I'm only going to feed my cattle for part of the year. So I have to calculate how long my cattle are going to be on feed. So first thing I need to know is their weight gained. So I had 1150 pound carcass, or 1150 pound finish weight minus a 650 pound start weight. So that's pretty easy. That's 500 pounds that they gain. They're going to gain 3.26 pounds per day. So I take that 500 pounds they gain and I divide it by 3.26 pounds per day. So 500 divided by 3.26. They're going to be on feed 153.4 days. Okay, you can round that down to 153. You can round it up to 154. It doesn't really matter. The math that you're talking about pennies a difference. So multiply that times 153.4 divided by 365 days. Somebody asked me about, divide this whole thing by 365 or you just divide. It doesn't matter. If you're multiply, and then divide, the math is going to turn out the same regardless of what you do when. So 933.14 times 0.8% interest times 153 days on feed divided by 365 days in a year. So my interest on purchase is 31.37. Okay. So that's, I underline that because that goes in my final cost. All right, next I have to calculate my feed cost. Now to calculate feed, you have to know how much feed calculate feed cost. You have to know how much feed they ate. So they gained 500 pounds. Figure that out up here. Their feed to gain ratio is 7.5, which means they need 7.5 pounds of feed for every pound they gain. So you take 500 pounds gain, multiply that times 7.5 pounds of feed per pound of gain. So I take my 500 pounds times 7.5. So they're going to eat through 3,750 pounds of feed. Okay, that costs $11 a pound, or $11, 11 cents a pound, or $11 per 100 pounds. So I'll take 3,750 times 11 cents a pound. I just move my decimal because that's per 100 pounds. This is per pound. So 3,750 times 11 cents. So it's going to be about $412.50 I spent on feed. Now I have to pay interest on my feed. And I only do that on half the feed. So I take $412.50 divided by 2 times my interest rate times my days on feed, 153, divided by 365 days in the year. So 412.50 divided by 2 times 0.08 times 153.4 divided by 365. So my interest on my feed, like I said, it's going to be somewhere between $5 and $10. In this case, it's $6.93. That's never going to be very much. Okay, now I have to calculate yardage. Yardage is per head per day. All this is done per head already. So 20 cents per head per day. We already know they're going to be on feed 153 days. So you just multiply that times 20 cents. 153.4 times 0.2 is $30 and 68 cents. Okay, and then I have my transport cost, processing cost, underline both those. Now I'm going to get my total costs. So I take all of these things that I've underlined: purchase cost, death loss, interest on purchase, feed cost, interest on feed, yardage, transport, processing, and I just add all those up. $31.37 for interest plus $412.50 for feed plus $6.93 for interest on feed plus $30.68 for yardage plus $10 for transport plus $11 for processing. So my total costs is $1444.95. Okay, now I've spent $1,444.95 purchasing and feeding out a calf. At the end, I've got 1,150 pounds of calf. So I've got to calculate a pay weight on this end too. So I take my 1,150, multiply it times 0.97, because my pencil shrink is 3 on both ends. So I'm only paying for 97% of my calf. So that's going to be 1115.5. That's my pay weight on this end. So prices are calculated in dollars per pound. That means you take your dollars and divide it by pounds. So 1444.95 divided by 1115.5 equals $1.2953 or $129.53 per 100 pounds. Now we said just a minute ago that cattle are only bringing about 120 right now, so we'd lose money feeding out these Angus cattle right now. We'd gain money feeding out the Simmentals that we did on the Zoom session. We're going to lose money. Their break-even price, you got to get $1.2953, almost $1.30 for them to break even. So that's what you're calculating right here. But what you're looking for is this $129.53. That's your break-even price for these cattle. So, like I said, good luck. Email me if you have any other questions, and take care.